traffic,
money,
and the NBA Finals could all be sources of stress.
But aside from the mental effects of feeling stressed out, how does it affect us physically?
It's Ladylike, and we're gonna get our mouths stress tested. What does that mean?
We're gonna go see Dr. Madahi, and he's gonna put an instrument in our mouth that tells us how stressed we are.
Oh, it's a dentist?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a person that gets stressed out easily. I think I have like kind of a base level of chill.
Everything stresses me out. I be stressed, and I rarely have time.
Yes, I do get stressed out. What I'm working on right now is not letting other people know that I'm stressed out.
I'm pretty laid back when I'm stressed, but internally, sometimes it can be a mess.
I'm just very impatient. I'm impatient when it comes to walking behind slow people in the street, people taking too long to respond to a text message.
Honestly, one of the things is sleep. And like not getting enough sleep, which can kind of like fold out into a lot of different things.
Whenever there's a lot of clutter, especially in my bedroom, it really, really stresses me out and it affects my mood.
You know, I feel like we would be less stressed if we were allowed to cry more often. Everyone needs to just cry more often. We should just have a cry room next to like the lactation room in every place of business.
I take care of my teeth. I floss, I brush, I do the things. But you know, that's never enough. It's never enough to like do the bare minimum. Another stressor last week, DMV. I don't even know if I had to say anything more. Is there anything you do to help alleviate stress?
Recently, I've started cycling. I bought like a stationary bike, and so I started exercising at my own home after work, and that's actually helped alleviated some of that stress.
Exercise is a great stress relief for me because I feel like when I'm already clenched, the only way to make me feel unclenched is if I kind of like muscularly force my muscles to lay down flat, and then I'm like can breathe again. I also have a great vibrator.
Send me the link to
That vibrator, I got you, girl.
I love to online shop, and I love to call my mom. Mom always helps me feel better.
Right now, I think I'm about a 5 on the stress scale. I'm like a 5 or a 6 right now. I'm like fairly stressed out, but it's nothing like a good dinner can't chill down to like a 4.
I can't remember the last time I felt zero stress. Ladylike is a very busy team. I'm probably like a 5 or 6.
I think I might be an 8 or 9 on the stress spectrum.
Yeah, I'll definitely email you that link to the vibrator.
Please do.
I feel like Dr. Madahi is gonna look at my jaw and give me a 9 or 10 on the spectrum of stress. Maybe even like a 13.
It's time to go see Dr. Madahi, and I am excited to see what he has to say. Let's do it.
Hi, Dr. Madahi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good. My name is Kurosh Madahi. I've been practicing cosmetic dentistry in Beverly Hills for the past 31 years.
The reason we're here is to pretty much figure out how stressed out our mouths say that we are.
Okay.
How are you gonna figure that out?
Unlike other dentists, I start to look at the face, and there are certain things that I see on the face that tells me if the person is stressed, if they're clenching, if they're grinding, if there are certain things going on, and then I confirm it from the smile and the teeth and everything inside. Okay. Freddie, when I look at your face, the kind of things that I see is that the muscles on the side of your face are a little bit protruded out. That means that you have been clenching. There's possible grinding, but at least I know that there's some clenching and grinding. The muscles are more sort of protruded. Then the next thing I would like to do is I like to just touch her muscles. So this confirms that she is a clencher for sure, because the muscles are very, very tight.
It hurts.
So if I were to ask you guys, what is the definition of stress?
When you feel overwhelmed or triggered by certain things in life.
Anything you cannot do anything about is stress. Are we ready to go?
Yeah,
Let's do it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually put a sensor in your mouth and record your bite. Bite down. We're gonna do, okay, open. Bite down again. Bite down. Open. Bite down again. Open. Bite down. Open. Bite down. Open. That's the first tooth that's hitting all the way in the back.
Oh, the back teeth are hitting first.
The back teeth on the left side is hitting. So this asymmetrical muscle is due to this point.
Okay.
So when you are doing any type of clenching, when the back teeth are hitting this much, there's so much more pressure on the muscles. So pressure is something you can do something about it. You're sitting in traffic. There's nothing you can do about it. You can get out of the traffic, you start clenching your teeth. What it shows me is that the tooth on your left side is hitting first. Here, what it shows is that as you're biting down, that back tooth on one side, one tooth on this side, and then the back tooth on this side are hitting. Nothing in the middle is hitting, okay? And your bite is going toward this way. That means most of the pressure is going to this side, right?
That I like recently, like less than a year ago, had a cavity filled there, and I kept telling him that it like didn't feel quite right.
Right.
And so he was like filing it down, and then he filed it down to be like pretty much I think what it was, but I wonder if that's why there's more pressure on that side.
Sometimes when you get dental work, the bite changes. As you bite down, there's pressure on the left side, and there is some pressure in the front. This also was the one that was telling us there was something going on with the muscle here, and the neck is going on, and also the shoulder to that and on that side. You're not really a grinder. Grinding is when you press down on your teeth and you go side to side. Grinding is as a result of a bad bite. So if the bite is not correct, your mouth and your teeth start to grind to create a correct bite for you. You're more of a clencher. I don't see any wear marks on your teeth. What I see is just a lot of tension. Clenching is as a result of stress. Straight tension on your teeth that's causing the clenching. And then, as we talked about, there's a little bit of a wear mark on your front teeth that is not really due to grinding, more to do with any type of cuticle or nails or something else that's causing that wear.
Nervous habits.
Nervous habits.
Yeah.
So we are now finding out what's going on and why is there some of these things that are going on, right? And this is the area where that tooth was not straight. So teeth are not straight, bite is not okay, so there might be more clenching and grinding as a result of that, right? When I touch these muscles are not very tight. This muscle, not very tight. So that's this.
Oh.
I don't see grinding marks on your teeth. And in terms of clenching, I don't see that many symptoms of clenching either because the muscle, the number one muscle, is not very tense. Open. And small.
Do you guys hear that crack?
Yeah.
That's my job.
There's a clicking here, there's a popping on the right side. Muscles are pretty tight. This side is tighter than this side. And most likely it's coming from clenching. The level yours is much, much higher than the rest.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I do believe you're a 24-hour clencher. There is symptoms of jaw ache, and then there's huge muscle tension, and the muscles have grown to be so much bigger, and I cannot feel the fibers of the muscles.
At all.
At all. One solid piece.
So what is it supposed to feel like? Yeah, I can feel fibers.
Yeah, you can feel fibers. Press it until you have pain, right? Press the same thing, not do more. I don't feel anything.
Nothing?
Nothing. That feeling of tension that you feel is because the muscle are already tense.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. If you go to the gym, you take a piece of weight and you do this, after a while your biceps get really hard. That's what you're doing with clenching. These muscles so far, what I've seen, these muscles are tight. These muscles are not so tight. This muscle is tight.
Yeah.
You feel it?
I do feel that, yeah.
Right? And then the shoulder muscles are tight.
Yeah, those also hurt.
Yeah, they're very tight.
Wow, everything
hurts. The amount of muscle tension in the jaw and the head is not very severe. If I were to say from 1 to 10, I would place her in about 3 to 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So in your case, in terms of severity of clenching and grinding, I would say 1.
Yay! That's what I thought it was going to be, so I'm happy that it turned out that way.
So it actually conforms with what you are feeling and know. Your stress level would be more moderate because it's a day clenching. Because it is day clenching, you can prevent it much easier than the people that do night clenching. The severity of the clenching is about 4 for you.
A 4.
A 4. So normally, somebody who's not a clencher and grinder, they put 250 pounds per square inch on their back teeth, close to this muscle, and 90 pounds per square inch in the front. Clenchers and grinders, they can go up to 800 pounds per square inch on the back and about 300 in the front. I would say that you are more stressed than anybody else in this group. on this show.
I am the most stressed out of all of Ladylike.
That's right.
So only a 4? I really expected to be a 10 today.
But you're not.
But I'm not. Well, I'm still gonna go back to work and tell everyone that I'm a 10. So they can leave me alone for the rest of the day.
All right, y'all. We did it.
We did it. So we found out who was the most stressed.
Fred!
Poor little baby Fred.
Baby Fred.
I'm at a 7.
You have a new nickname now. Sharky.
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 Oh, that's cute.
That is actually pretty
That
cute.
is cute.
There's no grinding associated with my diagnosis. It just is that I have a narrow mouth, aka a skinny mouth.
Skinny mouth.
Wow.
I was surprised that there was less damage on my actual teeth, and I am like an excellent candidate for a night guard, which my own dentist has recommended. So I'm glad that there's less damage to my teeth. I think it's clear. I'm definitely scared straight in that I probably will be purchasing a night guard this month. I mean, once the cartilage is gone in your jaw, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then it's painful and bad, so I should try and take better care of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Dr. Madahi and his entire crew for helping us out today and for really just talking us through our issues.
Yes!
So getting our mouths stress tested.
Lady tested,
Lady stressed-ed.
but not for long.
Because we're gonna relax.
Watch me relax. I'm doing it now.
Should we all do a relax face?
Yeah. Everyone do your relaxed face.
Ready?
Oh,
That's why I have resting bitch face.
Tongue behind the bottom teeth.
I'm doing it right now. It's hard to talk.
Hey, Unsolved is on a new channel, and now your part.
Subscribe here. That was my part.